Alright, so I wrote this down in a live session in front of our high court here. They should remember me coming up with this off the top of my head. They were impressed. I myself, living man, David Bryant Mogilner, do swear under penalty of perjury the following statement is sovereign truth and commerce by witness in this affidavit. David Bryant Mogilner is a living flesh and blood man. Any synonyms implied and or by a certain compilation of the Christian name is used or held to, in, or for account without my consent is fraudulent in nature by matter of law, causing the creator of such a fraud to be liable for any and all legal title with which I own right and in equity from the day of nativity, October 27th, 1981, until my heart stops beating in effect, after which every recognized common theory in law, not in law, related to real estate and heirship apply. This basically was to make sure that when Baby Dick was continually trying to kill me, that he wouldn't end up with anything. And David Bryant Mogilner signed God's Day, May 7th, 2019. And that basically put an end to some of the bullshit. Then you see Bill Gates come out on a video on YouTube. He's like, we need to get rid of these trusts that you don't know who's head of them. He was literally trying to figure out who in my family he needed to kill so he could usurp the trust. Alright. Title General Miscellaneous. What's this good stuff? I have this circled, like I was like, this is it! I found it! Officers of the state, or county, or judicial district shall not perform any official services unless upon the payment of the fees prescribed by law for the performance of the services, except as provided in this chapter. This section shall not be construed to prohibit. Oh, so this is the definition of legalese. This is for a fee waiver. So, anyways, I'll read this and see if you guys pick up the legalese. But this is like a full-blown textbook example. So, general titles. All right. Enacted 1943, Division 7, miscellaneous. This is for California. So, Chapter 2, fees, 6100 through 6110. Chapter 2, enacted by the statutes, 1943. Chapter 134, officers of the state, or of a county, or judicial district, shall not perform any official services unless upon the payment of the fees prescribed by law for the performance of the services, except as provided in this chapter. So, except as provided in this chapter. Now, here's the chapter. This section, or this chapter, shall not be construed to prohibit any notary public, except a notary public whose fees are required by law to be remitted to the state or any other public agency from performing notarial services without charging a fee. This section shall not be construed to prohibit any notary public, except a notary public whose fees are required by law to be remitted to the state or any other public agency from performing notarial services without charging a fee. So if it's the notary public inside of a government building and there's any money that changes hands in between it, public agency, or the state, there's a implied fee waiver. If you mention this particular section. So you have to know this section is there. So in California, you should be able to go in to any state-affiliated or county-affiliated building or public agency with public notary and get all of your notary done free of charge. And this is according to the Secretary of State. I got the code section from the Secretary of State, from special something. The fancy people that deal with weird code sections, I got it from them. American Bar Association, International Bar Association, Affidavit of Obligation, International Commercial Lien. This is a verified plain statement of fact. Oh, dude, hold on. All men and women know that the foundation of law and commerce exists in the telling of truth and nothing but the truth. Truth as a valid statement of reality is sovereign in commerce. An unrebuted affidavit stands as truth in commerce. An unrebuted affidavit is acted upon as the judgment in commerce. Guaranteed, all men shall have a remedy by the due course of law. If a remedy does not exist, or if the remedy has been subverted, then one may create a remedy for themselves and endow it with credibility by expressing it in their affidavit. Ignorance of the law might be an excuse, but it is not a valid reason for the commission of a crime when the law is easily and readily available to anyone making a reasonable effort to study the law. All corporate government is based upon commercial affidavits, commercial contracts, commercial liens, and commercial distresses. Hence, governments cannot exercise the power to expunge commercial processes. This is basically how you superfuck people that are assholes. The legitimate political power of a corporation or a corporate entity is absolutely dependent upon the possession of commercial bonds against public hazard. No bond means no responsibility, means no power of official signature, means no real corporate political power, and means no privilege to operate statutes as the corporate vehicle. It goes on. Yeah. You can superfuck people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. That pretend to be lawful government and stuff. Bam! You have been lied to. You do not need this. They made it for you. They're responsible for the legal title. The Bundys. Your Honor, there's been a mistake here. Oh, this is really easy. So if anybody wants to go and get out from underneath the fucking foot of a corporate slaver, this is happening all over the country at this point. No one will think it's weird. The judge will know exactly what you're doing as long as you do it well and you are respectful of the place. You don't want to go in there and rewrite the law for them. So all you have to do is get social security card, like you just saw, your driver's license, and your birth certificate. Walk in, go to the clerk, or if it's open chambers, the judge is there, or even just an administrator. Anyone that can deal in the record. Your Honor, there's been a mistake here, and we made it. We were misinformed about several things. We were told that we had to sign up for Social Security, that it was mandated for us by our government, and that turns out not to be the case. We were told we had to have driver's licenses too, and that turns out not to be true either. We aren't United States citizens. We are United States nationals, so far as international affairs are concerned, and here at home, we are what you call American state nationals. We are sorry about the confusion. Here's the social security cards we were given, the driver's licenses too, and here's the birth certificate our parents were given as an insurance indemnity receipt guaranteeing the well-being and safety of our cargo. We were never told what it was until very recently, and we thought it was just a record of us being born. Now, Your Honor, this has all been a big mistake. A case of mistaken identity. We must be set free and our losses made whole. Done.